with a total value of almost $3.5 trillion. It's the first time at the top since January 24th. But what do you do with the shares here? Buy or sell? Guy.
Well, you're familiar with that Meatloaf, the singer?
No. Mr. Loaf?
Yeah.
Mr. Loaf?
To 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Exactly.
Do you have a real name? Do you have a real name on Meatloaf?
Not Jim Steinman. It was like McEnany or something. Sorry,
I don't know.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
Mr. Loaf, to you.
Nvidia is the out of the two, that's the third one that I've obviously not gotten right. And here we are at 141, which is where we were trading after they reported earnings. An earnings report that we collectively said was very good. The margins were great. Everything was alike. The stock actually sold off in a few days after, got down to 134, and it felt like a sort of a replay of what we saw in January, but it's not. Now you have analysts sort of piling in. You still have to take at that 153 level, and given today's price action, it feels like it might happen.
And there's also a report, I think in the information yesterday, that they're going to develop a new China chip, basically that goes right up until the limits in terms of exporting AI chips, the H30, I think, B30, excuse me.
Yeah, and this happens, obviously, there's been a lot of back and forth, and, we throw Nvidia in that sort of final battle fought with U.S. tech brands, and Tesla, Apple are right in there. They thought they got some sort of exclusions, and then it's gone back and forth, and I think it's about as clear as mud what's going to be going on there. And, listen, I have no idea. I'm with Guy. Last week, it felt like a lot of folks were really excited about the guidance that they gave, the trip that Jensen Huang had gone on with Trump to the Middle East. And,
you know what we call that?
What do we call it?
We call that Gensanity.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, nice job.
I
forgot all about that. So catchy.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So we're not just about acronyms here. We're about nicknames,
we're coining
too.
terms.
Okay,
we're doing a lot.
No, that is something that I think a lot of people look by some of the issues as it relates to China. I'm still in the camp. You can kind of look at a CoreWeave and you say, look what's going on here. You can kind of look at Microsoft back towards those all-time highs, despite that we don't see any meaningful pickup in Copilot and that sort of thing. We saw Azure kind of do better than expected. So I'm just in the camp that sooner or later, I've been saying this for a year, you're going to get a bit of a digestion. But the one thing I just want to say here is that, we talked about this, whether it was going to be from $153 or $200. These stocks can get cut in half. And it happened in a very short period of time. So there are risks when you're buying into this where sentiment feels absolutely great. And that's one of the reasons why I think it's really important to keep touch or close to these data points in Taiwan Semi, which makes up almost 90% of NVIDIA's high-end GPUs. If you're hearing it from there, you're hearing the guidance, you're hearing a new channel, then I guess that's fine. I'm just not a buyer here. I wasn't a buyer. I should have been a buyer at 95. Everyone should have been a buyer at 95, but who knew?
Well, that was the digestion, right? And so, you said that there will be a digestion again, I'm sure, but it's $1 trillion since that low point. And what we got the other day from NVIDIA was at least a handful of answers that were really important. We had a China answer. I think more broadly, even not just on earnings, we've had some answer in terms of export restrictions and also, where NVIDIA was really on the other side of the U.S. government. The NVIDIA right now seems to be, alongside the U.S. government, running around the world cutting sovereign AI deals. We're going to talk a lot more about Meta's deal with Constellation, but that's just another reaffirmation that the demand out there for AI data center is alive and well and hasn't even altered at all. So I think Blackwell supply, some of the dynamics, I think, around just what's going on with their next wave of chips has now been answered. There's still some uncertainty, but why would we doubt NVIDIA after they've delivered on everything else? But most importantly, it gets back to valuation, because this is a company that's trading 27, 28, 29 times 12-month forward with a NASDAQ that's at 25, 26 times. What would you rather own here? Would you rather own NVIDIA and its growth or the entire index, which people say is also expensive?